Hello everyone, welcome back to Etus Learning. Today I'm going to talk to you about 6 things that you practice every single day to improve your spoken English. The best way to learn a language is to practice a little bit every single day, and in this lesson I'm going to give you 6 different ways that you can incorporate into your daily life. Let's get straight into it. Tip number 1. Learn phrases, not words. If you study English words alone, this is what happens. When you are in need to speak, you have to think a lot to combine individual words in the right order, using the right grammar, in a way it makes sense. Instead, if you focus on learning phrases, then you will have ready responses for any situation. Focusing on phrases will help you speak English naturally. Tip number 2. Listen to more English. Listening to more English will improve your speaking. Most English learners read too much and listen too little. For instance, how school children learn English at school. First they listen, then speak, and later learn to read and write. In general, half of a conversation is hearing the other person, and if you don't understand what they are saying, how can you respond them correctly? So if you want to improve your English speaking, you need to spend more time listening. Adding more listening will help you improve your pronunciation and reduce your accent due to MTI. We will cover more about mother tongue influence in the next video. Tip number 3. Practice speaking by yourself. When you speak English, there are 2 main difficulties. Number 1. Difficulty of thinking of the words to say. Number 2. Difficulty of pronouncing the words correctly. Speaking English by yourself helps train your ability to put your ideas into words. You can do this exercise standing in front of the mirror at home, and this exercise includes reading out loud. Will train your mouth and lips to pronounce English words more easily. Speaking English by yourself, you can look at a list of discussion questions and respond out loud in English. It might feel a little silly, but remember, this is great training for your spoken English, and well, there's nobody to hear your mistakes. And tip number 4. Practice thinking in English. Do you think in your native language and then translate it into English in your head before speaking? Don't do this. It often results in sentences that don't sound natural in English, because the sentence structure is often different in English. Practice thinking in English to improve your fluency. One of the biggest secrets to speaking English fast and fluently is to learn to think directly in English. The great news is that this is a skill you can develop with practice, and you can practice anytime while taking the train, while waiting in line, while sitting at home. Try thinking in English for a few minutes today to start building this habit. Tip number 5. Communication is more important than grammar. Don't worry too much about grammar when speaking. Are you nervous when speaking because you're afraid of making a mistake? The goal of speaking English is to communicate. Although grammar is important, it is less important than communication. Here's a simple example. If you say, "Yesterday I go to party on hotel," the sentence is not grammatically correct, but it does successfully communicate the message. It's better to say something wrong and communicate successfully than to say nothing. Tip number 6. Rate of speech. Slow down when speaking English. Don't try to speak too fast. Trying to speak English too fast would not make one sound like a native speaker. Instead, it can make it more difficult for the other person to understand you. Speaking English slowly has 2 advantages. Number 1. You have time to think of what to say. Number 2. It enables speech clarity. Over time and with practice, your spoken English will get faster naturally. That's it, and thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and don't stop there. Keep learning. Bye.